The federal government announced its first climate adaptation strategy today. The plan is aimed at mitigating devastating events like the storm Fiona had on the East Coast and wildfires in the West. CBC News' David Thurton is in Ottawa with the details. So, David, what more can you tell us about the government's plan?
Yeah, so put really simply, this plan is about helping Canadians live with the effects of climate change. That doesn't mean the government has given up on achieving its emission targets. It still wants to do that. But there is this acknowledgement that some of the effects of climate change are here to stay. They're irreversible. And so we have to figure out a way to live with it. So that's why the government is releasing this strategy. It's been working on this for the last 2 years, and it touches on a number of things, from protecting wildlife and nature, which is in crisis right now, also protecting the economy, and most importantly, Canadian lives. So I'll just kind of maybe go through maybe one or two of the targets that really stand out. The government has set this target, which I thought was really interesting, that by 2040, no Canadian will die from a heat-related illness. And this is a real concern. In 2021, in June, the heat dome killed more than 600 people in British Columbia. So that kind of carnage is expected to increase as, temperatures increase associated with climate change. Another target that isn't so specific is that the government wants to set new standards and guidelines when it comes to building new homes and communities in zones that are prone to flooding or wildfire. There's certainly more details that have to come when it comes to that sort of target. But bottom line, the government is setting out its plan on how Canadians live with climate change, because it's not going away.
So the government also announced a commitment to spend $1.6 billion. So what's that going to be spent on, and is that enough?
Yeah, so the money's going to be spent on, most of it is going to be on adaptation funding. So building dikes that would be used to keep out flooding, or helping to, cut down dead trees and clean up leaves in communities where wildfire risk is very high, or, protecting coastal regions from erosion. So a lot of the money, a lot of the $1.6 billion is going to be going to that, Andrew. But according to the best estimates, that money, the amount that the federal government is promising, is nowhere near what's needed to deal with the challenge. And the minister seemed to acknowledge this. Have a listen.
Clearly, there will need to be significant investments by all orders of government and by all Canadians right across the country. But we want to make sure that those investments are well informed, a part of a collaborative approach to creating a more resilient Canada.
So the best estimates say we'll probably need about $5 billion annually to deal with adaptation, much more than $1.6 billion announced today. But also experts say that, you can have as much money thrown at this problem of climate change. If you don't really have the priorities, the money won't really accomplish anything. So the plan sets out the priorities and hopefully the right direction where we need to go, Andrew.
David, thank you. The CBC's David Thurton in Ottawa.